Hello everyone, Bloody here, bringing you my first top 10 video. E3 is in a couple of days and as a gamer, I cannot contain my hype any longer. This video is pure speculation on what I would love to see during each company's event. Anyway, let's begin my top 10 hopes for E3 2016. I put this one on the lowest spot because it would be the least likely to happen. I'm content with my PS4 right now, but as an Xbox 360 owner, it saddens me that the X-Bone didn't satisfy my requirements for a next-gen console. I already have games for it that I am interested in, such as Killer Instinct and the Rare Replay, but it needs those couple of new games that finally convince me to buy one. Also, a price drop would be a nice way to sway my decision. Maybe a particular bear and bird combo would really get me excited, but I'm only counting the stars on that chance of ever happening. Anyway, on to number 9. Nintendo has been the company that's been near and dear to my heart my whole life, so when they revealed their E3 plans this year, I was utterly confused that there was no digital direct, and that they were going to focus on Zelda Wii U the entire event. That being said, they did state that other games will be there like Pokemon Sun and Moon, but I want them to surprise us with something else. I'm looking forward to finally knowing what Zelda Wii U actually is and finally calling it by its actual name. I'm not expecting them to reveal something for the NX since they already have a separate event for it, but maybe something about it or what date the separate event would get me excited. On to number 8. EA's Star Wars Battlefront was the biggest disappointment I have ever had with a video game for quite a while. As a Star Wars fan, it looked and sounded amazing and just like the movies. As a video game fan, it bored me with its repetitive survival mode and lack of single player component of the older games, especially Battlefront 2. And now that they already announced a sequel, I'm going to be way more cautious with this deal. All they have to do is make it like Battlefront 2 with the graphics of the new one and I am sold. But knowing EA, they would put all the single player stuff as a DLC pack that is worth 50 or more. On to number 7. In less than a year, From Software went from a company I've only heard of being passed around on the internet to being one of my favorites. The Souls series have invested my life ever since I got my PS4 and Bloodborne on my birthday. The president of From, Hidetaka Miyazaki, has already stated that Dark Souls 3 will be the last game in the series, so what do they do now? I suspect they want to return to the Armored Core series, but my hopes are either two choices, a Demon Souls remaster or a Bloodborne 2. I could never get into Demon Souls because I was a bit spoiled by the later game's more refined mechanics, but to remaster it with the same engine as Dark Souls 3 and I am hooked. As for Bloodborne 2, a possible sequel to my favorite Soul-style game, I couldn't ask for more to get excited for that. On to number 6. The Onimusha games have been an underrated hit series and should get more attention because they're simply fantastic games. The rumor mill for Capcom has ranged from Resident Evil 7 to Mega Man 11, and while I'll be excited for either of those games, an announcement that would get me most excited about is a new Onimusha game. A trademark for a new Onimusha game has been discovered since last year, and if it comes true, I couldn't be happier with Capcom until the new Ace Attorney game comes out. On to number 5. Bethesda kicked off last year's E3 with a very impressive and exciting presentation with games such as the new Doom, Dishonored 2, and of course Fallout 4. So what do they have planned this year? I'm expecting a gameplay trailer of Dishonored 2 and other trailers they didn't spend much time on last year. What I'm most excited for is the possible reveal of the Elder Scrolls 6, since I enjoy the Elder Scrolls series more than the Fallout. The Elder Scrolls Online was something that didn't appeal to me, so announcing the new main Elder Scrolls game would get me even more excited for this year to come. On to number 4. Sony's E3 presentation is one I'm most looking forward to because as a company they keep throwing games at us that appeal to me most, which are story-driven single-player experiences. Showing off more things like The Last Guardian is what I'm most excited for, and new games and series that need a new revival in it. I won't mention certain companies on this entry because they are getting separate numbers, so all I have to say is let's hope they knock it out of the park like last year. Naughty Dog has been a companion to Sony ever since the age of the PS1 and has been producing fantastic games every generation. They kicked off this year with the finale of Uncharted and has been gaining worldwide praise from it. So what do they have in stores for the coming years? Well, the rumor mill has been churning and out comes speculation of The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us was a fantastic game and I would be all in for a sequel. The other rumor is that they are bringing a familiar orange marsupial back from the video game stream, and that is Crash Bandicoot. With the hints of Uncharted 4, bringing him back from the dead would blow my mind, and if they make it anything like Crash 2, which is my favorite game in the series, then you already have a winning formula for me. Sonic has been in my video game life ever since the beginning, being that Sonic Adventure was the first game I ever played and beaten. I've been through the ups and the downs in the Hedgehog's life, and with Sonic Boom nearly killing him again, a new game to be actually good would be a gift from the heavens. This year is Sonic's 25th anniversary, and Sega wants to celebrate with a game that will finally get people to say Sonic actually has a really good game. Maybe Sega will finally answer our prayers for a potential Sonic Adventure 3, but we will have to wait until they finally release what's going on with the Hedgehog. And for the number one spot goes to... Square Enix has been in a rough patch in the past 10 years, but after they finished the 13 trilogy and rebooted Final Fantasy XIV, they picked up steam. With Final Fantasy XV finally coming out and the announcement of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, what could be any better? Why, announcing a game that is my most anticipated game of all time, Kingdom Hearts 3. As none of you know, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix is my favorite game of all time, and when Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced at E3 2013, my heart stopped, time stopped, and I reached a nirvana I have never felt since then. I know the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 trailer said that more info will come during winter time, but that doesn't mean that we could get new trailer during Sony's E3 conference. I can't be more excited for a game other than Kingdom Hearts 3.
And there you go, my hopes for E3 2016. I hope you enjoyed the video, like, and leave a comment on what you love to see during E3. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Later!